Hello, hello. I see that Heidi came in 2 minutes early and she probably is now falling asleep. She's in Belgium. I wouldn't blame her at all. Good Lord. Ooh, it is 97 degrees here. Yeah, I don't have AC. I got fans. But inside the house, it's only 83. Downstairs, it's probably only 80. It's going to be hot for until like next Wednesday. Slowly a couple degrees every day going down. So by next Wednesday, it'll be in the 70s, and that's acceptable. But this, I think it's going to be a long, hot summer. El Nino is apparently off the coast, and it's starting to do weird things. So, yeah, I'm in Northern California. My name is Lucinda. Hi, hi. I'm hot. I'll do my best to not sweat while I'm live. Um, it's Thursday. I am bringing a lot of things. Who knows what will pop up? I am going to try to focus today on um, medium, higher priced items. Um, and one thing I know I said in my description was that I had a lot of designer, as in really nice quality screw on and uh, clip on earrings, the rhinestones that sometimes are quite old and sometimes are, the 50s, 60s, one of those, either influenced by or a Judy Lee, a Juliana, a Delitzer, Delitzer. I just like to say D&E to cover the whole thing. It's easier. Um, so I have a whole thing of those. So if someone is interested in those type of earrings specifically for anywhere from $20 to $25 a piece, depending on exactly what they are, I will grab them and I will bring them back and I will show you. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through my basket of stuff and pull out the medium and higher priced items. Anything that was available Tuesday, it's still available. Someone had inquired through an email when they purchased, after my sale on Tuesday, rings. Now, I'm going to do a drop sale of rings soon because everyone has a different size finger. Prices, can be $25 to $80. So I think it's easier if I just focus on a drop sale with rings. I'm also going to have an upcoming drop sale, vintage shirt cuffs and tie tacks. I have some incredible pieces that both men and women can wear and you can repurpose in ways you might not have thought about. So I'll be doing a drop sale of that. Also, around the end of June, I'm going to take a week off. That's probably when I'll do the drop sales because I need to organize what's going on, not only with my jewelry, but various little things like catching up on paperwork, filing it. How about folding my laundry? There's stuff that I need to do. And based on how my, physical reality is, I can either do my 3 sales and focus on that, which is what I love and what I really only want to do, or I can do the other stuff. I can feed in a few things a week besides this, but that's about it. So just know about the end of June, nothing will be happening. I sent out invoices. This is all housekeeping. My name is Lucinda. I tend to get rolling and then I, don't shut up. Everyone's invoices were sent out from the last 2 weeks build box, and I think everyone has paid. I would have been packing to get those shipped out today, except for when I had this, my partner redid this office and a closet space. I put everything away in boxes and I can't find my thermal label printer paper. And I'm sure I have more. I can't find it. I've been looked through everything. So the labels should arrive by Monday next week. Therefore, I will pack over the weekend, but I can't ship till Monday. And I apologize. I wanted it out this week. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hi, Heidi. You are here. Hello, hello. I know you would. Yep. And we do everything in small parts. That's the only way we can handle it. Yeah. So when I choose to focus my energy on doing my favorite thing, the other things kind of, here and there, I do this or I do that during the day before coming here. And then after that, I'm done. So, yeah. Thank you, Heidi. Heidi, you will appreciate these. I just got these. They are acrylic. Let me take one off. I just bought these, and I bought them in a lot of a whole bunch of other earrings for resale. But these are not going anywhere. This one, it's on a rod, needs a tiny bit of tweaking maybe, but isn't that fabulous? It's just acrylic. I love this piece. This is what gets my juices going. But it does, I can see that rod is crooked. It's just a matter of when I'm not live playing with it. And they're shoulder dusters. Yeah. Don't need anything else but these to make a statement today. Okay, well, I've got a couple people, and I have last two bits of business. I have been noticing that I have 2 or 3 Tuesdays and Thursdays, let alone Friday, other resellers who are in my group, and we do kind of cross share some people who are on just about the same time as me, or right before me, or half an hour after I come on. So I don't want to change the times I'm on, but it makes it hard. So this is the second day of week 1 of the 2-week build a boxes. Yes, Heidi, 2-week build a boxes. And after that, I bill out, usually 3 or 4 days later. And I try to get, as soon as everything is paid, because I don't have a mailman that comes to my dirt roads to pick up mail. I have to take it into town, and I can't, so I need a helper. The minute everything's paid, I try to get it there within a day or 2. That would be happening already now, except I don't have thermal labels. If you ever buy anything and you want it right away because you don't think you're coming back, or it's a special item as a gift, just email me and I will invoice you at the end of the sale, and I will get a special trip made to get your item as soon as it's paid, shipped out. My email is msc in the middle walker at att.net, not com. And as always, if there's ever anything in particular that you're looking for, like someone asked about pendants the other day. Sometimes people say, do you have any of this or that? If I do, and it's right here, I will bring it. Now, pendants, I have a bunch of them and kind of little charms, but I'm waiting for chains. Okay. So that would be that. And if you, like I said, like the earrings, if you're interested in that, if you like plastic bangles, just whatever, put it in the chat and I'll try to accommodate you. And if I can't do it this sale, I'll bring it tomorrow. I sell Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You way overdid today. Now my back is on fire and my arms and hands, legs and feet ice cold. Oh, Heidi. Gentle hug. I totally get it. I totally get it. Okay, so if you come in today and you bid on an item and you're the winning bidder and I don't have your information because you're new to me, hi and welcome. Thank you for coming. Email me your YouTube name, your real name with shipping address and zip code, and your PayPal email address because I use Pirate Ship to save you about a third on shipping, and I bill through PayPal. Yep. I ship to Canada, but I don't ship anywhere else. Oh, you put a piece of furniture together. Good Lord. Well, no wonder, Heidi. Okay, so without further ado, even though people are coming in and out and I think they're bored with, the preamble, and it bores me. It bores me. But what am I going to do? Every sale is unique and there's always new people that pop in. And even though everyone pretty much does the same thing, I have to repeat it. Now, I did start a jot form, but I don't know how to connect it in here. Like, I'm just not that savvy. So I need to reach out to one of my reseller friends like Becky or so many people and say, hey, how do you attach a jot form? Because I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm old school. Good Lord, Heidi. So all day long did you put the furniture together? Good God. That's a lot. Yeah. So I'm going to ignore my eye over there because I know, see, I have another reseller friends coming on in 3 minutes. And when I see that and I see that there's a little eye and you can see how many people are here. So I know that Heidi's here and that's it. But in case people come in case people watch on the replay, I'm just going to go and we'll see. I understand, Heidi. We'll see what happens. Hopefully people show up. And if not, the end of June for a staycation is looking pretty dang good. Heidi, that's way too much. 9 hours is way too much. Okay, so I'll start out gently and we'll roll into some higher end. Now, I bought this item for myself. Remember, it's day 2 of week 1 of 2-week Build-A-Boxes to save you time, to save you money on shipping and save me time on invoicing. I bought this for myself and I thought it was something a little bit different and it doesn't quite work for me. So I'm going to do a buy it now and I love it. I got it from one of my most favorite people ever. Most favorite people ever. Ugh. I'm sorry, Heidi. So this is, I think this is really pretty. I'm not even sure what I paid for it. It is jade. It's the problem is this bracelet is too small for me. That's the big problem. And since it's a set, I feel that it should go and be sold as a set. So this is a stretch bracelet with jade. I'm going to assume very light green. I'm going to assume that these are faux pearls. I will look at it with a loupe, but I really, I can't imagine that they're real freshwater pearls. It just doesn't add up in a stretch bracelet, but since it's real jade, it's possible. Since it's real jade, it's possible that those are real pearls. But I didn't test them. I didn't do anything. Those are certainly not sterling silver. And see, it's a small stretch bracelet. I would not want to put this over my hand. give you the dimension on it and then show you the other piece in the set. And thank you everyone and anyone who is in the room. These stretch bracelets are always a little bit hard to measure. Yeah, 2 inches, and I'm a 7.25 and it's 2.5 inches. So 2 inches in the inside diameter of the circle right here. I'm going to go with, you need a long, slender hand so you don't stretch it too much. And 7.25, I'm going to go with a 6.5. I'm just to make it extra safe with stretch bracelets. And when you put stretch bracelets on, you want them to fit easily over, and you want to just kind of roll it or slide it down. The more you stretch it, the more it'll stretch up. Okay, so that's one piece, size 6.5 wrist size, 2 inches in the inner diameter. And then look at this. I have, this is jade. Hold on, let me put it on my face. Yep, it's cold. I accidentally sold a piece that I just swore was glass, and I did everything that I usually do, but it turns out it was plastic, and so I don't want to make that mistake again. This is jade. It's cold on my cheeks, and then it has the prong setting, and again those little faux pearls, flowers. Isn't that sweet? Gold tone to match the bracelet, and it's a hair comb. Now, let me show you the back. Buy it now for $15. I think that's a little out of focus. Let's let it focus. So there is a lot of wrapping of thread to get those pieces to stay on. Therefore, I'm going to assume or presume that this was handmade, but, like an artist made it. It's very well done, but that's what I'm going to assume. And I don't think you can see this right at all if I do this. Let's see. Can you? I think it's too bright in here. I think the heat is making everything wonky. Trying to change the mode. I don't think you can see that at all. Anyway, so it would just sit up here. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely, so that's the set, 15. And then put on a jade necklace, or since it's gold tone, a gold necklace, maybe some stud jade earrings. Boom. So yeah, I told you I'd start out a little slow and gentle. I love it. It's just the bracelet's too small, and since it's a set, I thought, heck, let's sell it as a set. Okay, moving on. Thank you for looking. Yeah. And they've got to be faux pearls. They've got to be. But, you never know. Okay, let's do these. How's the temperature in Belgium, Heidi? I'm pretty sure. So, like, for instance, I know India is in the exact, and Asia regions, Greece, etc., New Zealand, Australia, exact opposite of my side of the United States. But I don't know about the European countries. I think there are only a couple like a season different or something. So is it winter? Heidi, am I wrong? Is it winter there? I get this stuff confused. Let's let them focus. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure that it was sold to me as such. Those are Tahitian pearls. But listen, I don't have a way to be definitive about that. Okay? I don't have a presidium, and I just don't have a way to be definitive. Let's see. Before I show you the rest, let me take a gander. Well, there you go. So I'm pretty sure they are Tahitian pearls because that's the other thing. I need to make some doctor's appointments and get glasses and etc. These are sterling silver, which is what I thought they were. And they have, yeah, there's the 925 mark and some other mark on the top. Yep, my finger is right. 55, almost summer. Okay. Well, so then you're in the same season as we are. So there's a 925. These have been around for a while. The 925 is really either that or it wasn't stamped very well. And there's the earring. Look how dirty. This thing, I clean it all the time. Believe it or not. They have the nice original backs as far as I can tell. And again, it's covered in an acorn cap of marcasites. Really pretty. That's not the metal bump ups. Sometimes you have to pay attention. Sometimes it's just metal bumped up that looks like marcasite. But those are marcasites on the top piece and on the floral cap. And then that pearl, and they're tiny. They're tiny. That's why I started them at 18. But I think they're fantastic. And by tiny, I mean dainty compared to something like this. They are 2/3. Seriously. They're almost 2/3. They're in between a half and 2/3. So let's go with a half. And they're really pretty. The top cap is everything. I know that's not showing so well. There's just not, unless I was doing down camera, which there's another thing. I need to set up my down camera. So when it's teeny tiny detail like this, I can show you on the down camera all that little detail. And I have it. It's right over there. I'll get there. Okay. So this was a starting bid of 18. 18. I'm tracking all my prices now. I didn't used to do that. So I used to just wing it. But I discovered in doing that very often I would bring something really high and then bring it for like less than half that or vice versa. And it wasn't necessarily to do with research. It was just that I wasn't remembering because I don't keep huge spreadsheets and everything. So the other thing, there you go, Heidi. Yeah, more or less like the UK. The other thing I'm doing is every new piece of inventory I get, I research it when I open the box and I put a note in and I put the value in right away so that there's not so much confusion. Okay, how about this? This is a high-end piece, but wow. This is, I don't know if the person I bought this from put it together or just found it like this. I don't know. But I got to tell you, I love it. I bought it for me, of course, and it's too heavy. Thank you, Heidi. I always have a lot of workers. This is outstanding. I really, I wish it wasn't so heavy. And I can tell you, if I show this several times and it still doesn't sell, maybe I'll just wear it when I go. Like, where do I go? But when I go, occasionally to an event here in the valley. It's sad that I don't go anywhere, Heidi. Yeah. Well, it's my back. As soon as my insurance gets straightened out, and if the procedure actually gives me relief, then, I can go here and there as I want. Okay. I would love to try to show you this on a bust, but it's so long. So I'm going to do it differently. This is red tiger's eye. I'm afraid if I drop it down. Okay, hold on. So this is the top. This is not a clasp. This is just denoting where it goes in the back of your neck. That is red tiger's eye. Here, see the red color? This is called sunstone. Then you have this glass copper, AB, and then it's hand knotted in between. See all the hand knotting? So it's on cord. And then see this cloisonne beads. These are exquisite. Chapelet. So what does that mean? There's Japanese and Chinese cloisonne. There's also Italian cloisonne. Well, the Chinese started it first. And it is my understanding that this fancy name that was described to me when I got this piece, I did a bunch of research, that chapelet means it is Chinese, and the difference from my understanding is that the gold wire where these small pieces are, let me see if I can get this. Oh, thank you. Hi, my Captiva. Hi. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's my understanding that this type, I wish I could get this in frame and know that you all could really see it. That this type of cloisonne, see how the gold wires are raised above the bead, and then the enamel ring is down inside? That's how it was done in China. Italian cloisonne, which is what I'm used to, the wiring would be down in the bead. It would not be raised. Okay, so that's my understanding of what the difference is. Now, having said that, let me finish showing. Let me show you the whole piece. Let me get closer. These match the top piece. I hope you can really see the red tiger's eye. You will in a minute. Oh, I have the wrong one. Of course I do. somehow or another, of course, I have it backwards. Look at that. This, yeah, I learned that as well. I did not know that until it was described as that. And then I was like, wow, what is that? And look at these pieces of red tiger's eye down here with this chapelet cloisonne. I do not know if this is vintage or modern. I'm assuming it's vintage beads, okay? I'm assuming. But I'm not so well versed. And I know Italian and Japanese cloisonne beads or cloisonne vases, that kind of thing, satsuma. But I can't, I think that's what it's called. That's not right. Never mind. But I can't tell you, but I think this is vintage. So this is incredible. Thank you, my Captiva. So there is not. Let me. I can't see y'all at all without these. Whoop! I really. That's what. See, I need a staycation. I need to make appointments like the vet, eyeglasses. So I'm going to remove this $75 starting bid so that you all can see when I lower this. This is stunning. Oh, it really matches this shirt. But all this red tiger's eye and these, which it's very hard to tell, I'm pretty sure they're hollow. These giant beads, this is heavy. It comes perfectly down. Wow, that's perfect. It comes right at the crease. So it's the perfect length. Oh my God. And this red tiger's eye in the sun, it's going to be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I would want teeny tiny little gold studs with this, or some kind of little stud tiger's eye, but I would not want, this is the piece you want everyone to stare at. Yeah. So I hope those colors are coming through. This thing is like butter. Butter. Okay. Yeah, I did not used to be this blind when I was taking care of my dad still. I could see, and back then I was supposed to get new glasses. But when you're a caregiver, you take care of the other person. You don't take care of yourself at all. And then I came up here and was grieving, and it just goes on. And then my back went out, and so here I am. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful necklace. Okay. I showed that. I will be putting it aside, not down in my box. It won't come back tomorrow, but if someone's interested later, you come in late and go back and watch, or you're watching on the replay. It's here. It's here, but it's going over here. Yeah, thank you, Heidi. It's whoop, beautiful. So, let's see. If anyone is here who's interested in more modern jewelry, all wearable, at least as far as I know, everything I put in there is wearable. It's not for crafting. It's from the huge lot I got. That's a bag that's just in here. I don't know why it's in here. It is this full. It probably weighs about 2 pounds. If anyone is interested in this bag, let me know. It would start at $40, and it's modern, but there's a ton of stuff in here. So I have it. And it's kind of a mystery bag, but trust me, it all depends. If you only like vintage, it's vintage style, but it's not vintage. Showed more maroon on camera. Oh, well, it's a red maroon, but the other problem is the light in here is weird. It's boiling hot. The sun is so shiny, and I put it on my maroon shirt, and so then I think it's tagging into those colors, if that makes any sense. Hello, Becky, dear Lord, could you send me an email how to connect the dang jot form? Or I'll call you this weekend. I don't know how to connect a jot form to my StreamYard. I started creating one. I have it, but I don't know what to do. Man, I'm such a dodo. And I even made a tiny little intro video. Now I know how to set that up, but it's ridiculous. Okay, so this is gonna be a buy it now for $16. I hope you're doing well, Becky. I bet you have a sale later today. Everyone I know out there as resellers from the original group, from offshoots, has sales right at the same time as me, or within half an hour or an hour of me. This is the back. It is a swedge, so 50s. That's just the standard industry thing that is said, but it's generally pretty correct. It could be very early 60s. It's got great puddling in the back, and it's just this small circle. My computer always takes a minute. It has lots, because it's set in gold, it has lots of pinks, greens, and blues, and it's in very good shape. Often the AB, if it's not taken care of, will get lots of scratching, or if they do a very thin coat, so they haven't done a good job, they'll have lots of scratching. And it is all prong set. So the place where you would find the scratchings mostly would be across the top here. And this piece is just not showing those signs of wear. So someone took good care of this. 6 p.m. Okay. Oh, you were on there? Oh, wow. My Captiva. Well, that's a good question. Did you used to buy from me when I was taking care of my dad? And Becky, the name of Becky's channel is Becky's Vintage and More. So I know your name, and maybe I know your name because of seeing you in other chats, and also this is about 1 inch in diameter. And also from Dandy, that might be it. So, but you know what? The best thing to do would be, if you're interested in an item, go ahead and bid on it, and then just email me right there, MS Mary Sam Candy mscwalker@att.net. Your info, you know what I need. And as long as I get it by 5 o'clock tonight, I will honor your bids. Yeah, and Melly's, exactly. Yeah, I believe you have registered, and I believe it was quite a while ago. I know, I mean, you're very familiar to me for many reasons. Okay, thank you for looking. So, I'm gonna really, really drop the price on this. However, thank you. I appreciate that. And sorry about that. I'm going to really drop the price on this. I still know that the average price is, let's do it here, is more. But that's okay. I am at a place where, I have to put all my inventory back together. And I want to clear out some old because I'm starting to buy. Oh, Heidi, bless you. Sorry. Because I'm starting to purchase more. And one of the things I really am going to get more of is all the stuff that I carried for eBay that is almost all gone. And it's now very expensive and hard to find. I'm going to be taking a trip down to a mall as soon as I can. Maybe I'll find out if they have a scooter. So here's the shells. Everyone called these pukas. We can call them whatever we want. I called this puka shells. I've heard it said that puka shells on the beach in Hawaii were natural with already having holes on them and they're all crooked. This is what I called puka shells as a teenager. So I'm just going to stick with that. Now, we've been through this before. Wowzer. Oh my good Lord. Look at that. Is that, hold on. That has to be dirt, right? Hold on. Get out of here. Is it really? Sorry. I hate the way that is showing up. And I'm trying to understand. Yeah. So I just took a bunch of it off with my fingernail. I will clean this off with a Q-tip before anyone purchases it. It's just, I don't know, someone was wearing it and laid it down. It's not the shells. That's a little bit of actual dirt. Barrel clasp, here's the bottom. Now, this is what a lot of people would say, that's puka shells. Just these large pieces that, have the natural holes, and that a whole necklace would be made out of these and our puka shells. That's not what I learned. And so this is like a floral design at the bottom. So however you want to look at it, if this is like shell, kind of like carved hishi or heshi beads. And then at the bottom, you have this beautiful purple and white flower theme going on. All good. Yes, surfer. Yep. Yep, you in the spotlight. So this is gorgeous. This is exactly how long it is. Maybe a tiny bit shorter. It's not tight. It's about 15 inches. And look how nice it goes with this shirt if it was just a little more open. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's lightweight. And like I said, I will take a Q-tip and take that little bit of dirt out. I didn't notice it, or I would have done it prior to coming on. But it's nice. It's really nice. 15. And like I said, these sell for, I watch other resellers sell these for 25 and 35 all day long. So, and in terms of what the comps are online, I don't know. But I know what just in the last 2 weeks I've been seeing other resellers ask. So that's what I'm going off of. And my price is half of that. So I feel good about that. I'm trying to put this back together, but I'm just going to put it aside because I need to clean it. Will you hold the bot? Oh, yes. I'm sorry, my Captiva. I know. It's a little, I know. You know, StreamYard did this thing where they changed horizontal or vertical angles. And if you do the other angle, it's really weird. But this angle, they blacked off 1/3 on each side of my screen. So I only have like this much, even though the screen is like that big. And it really screws up showing items. It's bizarre. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I really, really don't. So see, it's a whole ton of these shells pieces put together in such a way that they become kind of almost like an orchid flower pattern. Individually, they're just pieces. But once you have it hanging on your neck, it becomes a floral design. I hope that helps. Yeah, right, my Captiva. I don't understand it. But there's nothing I can do about it. I could change the setting, but it's even worse. So, see, the minute you do like this, it is a floral design. Showing it individually, it's just a bunch of pieces of shells. But that's what it is. My Captiva, and I promise, I will clean that little bit of dirt off. It's just a Q-tip with a tiny bit of hydrogen peroxide inside each little thing. I may not get every last part, but I'll get quite a bit. I love this too. I really, and it goes so well with this. So, I thank you so much. Fair warning. And I've been talking about it for a while. So I think if anyone else was going to come in, even if there's a lag, that no worry on cleaning. Are you sure? So I think that I can safely say that it's sold. Because I've been yammering on it for a long time. God bless America. That's a way of swearing without swearing that I think I heard in the 60s when I was a little kid. Thank you. Thank you. So, are you absolutely sure that you don't want me to clean it? I mean, it's not. It is my job as the seller to not, sell crap and to not have it be dirty. So, just as long as you're okay with it, I will let it go. But, I don't like to do that. Okay, so my Captiva, this is going in a bag for you. And if you came in late, this is day 2 of week 1 of a 2-week build-a-box. And then I bill out about 4 days after the end of 2 weeks. Then everyone pays. Then I go. So there's about a 3+ week lag. So if you want your items like right away, send me an email and tell me that, and I'll invoice you out, okay? So that you don't have to wait. Most people don't care, but some people want what they want and they want it now. And so, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Oh, I just realized, I just caught almost a big mistake. Okay, excellent. Just want to make sure. Okay, I am going to hold up an item that I have shown before, but I went to a fabulous store on the coast on Mother's Day when I could walk around. My back was doing okay, and it was great, beautiful day. And I found things, and I have repurposed this necklace, which was a little boring. And it is now, I also did it with another one, which I can show. I love this now. So the starting bid is going to be yep, right. It's kind of like a layaway, except it's not, because I don't even bill out until then. So a lot of people will be like, that's fine, I'll hold your box, but I'm going to invoice you every single time for every item. I don't do that because I trust you all. And if you wind up not actually, honoring the invoice, then, obviously we'll have a problem down the road. Oh, yes. Heidi. Yep. Yes. I know, right? Okay. So thank you. And I appreciate that as well. So this is a fold over clasp. It's got these, caps on it. I redid it. I re-knotted it. I restrung the whole thing. These beads, I'm calling them, it's glass. They are probably Japanese. They are molded. Each one is different. They have orange, AB, Czechoslovakian beads in between each one, because these glass beads are very old and incredibly collectible, and they need a spacer or they're just going to fall apart. They're going to bang and chip and the whole deal. It's medium heavy. And then to make it, I struggled. I bought a lot of things and I was like, what? I used to make jewelry a lot. I was like, what do I put in the bottom? So I decided on the bottom to put 3 pieces of golden amber. That is off of a stretch bracelet that I bought in the 1980s that fell apart sometime in the 2000s. And this is when amber first started coming back into vogue. Then it dropped out and now it's back again. So the whole effect now, I just turned rosy. The whole effect now, the orange beads tags into the amber, and it's like a Halloween effect, if you will, right? Orange and black. And it makes these molded glass beads, which are solid, they're hand blown and molded, really pop. It's quite stunning. And I'm not sure, you know what I'm going to try to, I could though, but I don't. Thank you. Bye. I just shrunk. Hold on. I was trying to unshrink, and instead I took a little ride down. Sorry. So these beads are so beautiful and so collectible, but it was just black. And I thought, man, that's really boring. So that's what I thought, really boring. And I used to make jewelry all the time, so it wasn't that hard to, decide what to do and what's going on. And I believe it's Japanese cherry beads, but it could be, old Italian. I'm not sure. So the lighting in here today is really weird. It's a statement piece while being understated. And the orange seed beads really do pop. I just don't know, again, how well that's showing in this light. And it is about 18 inches, maybe 17. Maybe 17. It's a really nice piece and good, excellent. Thank you, Heidi. It really is. It needed to be repurposed. And there were so many choices, but I decided to make it pop, but keep it a little simple. So, excellent. Okay. I'm going to move on to some other entirely different. I do always have lower ends. Everything is just, unusual and different. Okay. This is a charm or a pendant, but it's not on a necklace nor a bracelet because I think that's up to you. It's on a jump ring. All you have to do is open it with needle nose. You got a partner. You can go to a store and then close it right onto whatever you want. It already is there. So if you had a thin chain, you could slide it on. However, not unless you took the clasp off or the chain was so tiny that the soldered on sterling silver piece, it would fit over. And it might, but I can't guarantee that, okay? So starting bid, it's of $25 for this. I think this is, I think it's Mother Mary. No, you're not, Heidi. I appreciate it. You're not. You're helping me. You'll know when I'm annoyed. I don't get annoyed very easily unless I feel threatened or put down or my integrity questioned or something like that. Or not given enough time to understand things, stuff like that. That gets me upset. But assistance does not upset me. So I'm going to show you this. This sells $75 online. Okay, and it is, I want to clear this up by typing this in the chat. It is a 925, and it is not China, it is Chiba. Okay, Chiba. I just put it in the chat. So I will. See, I got to move my lights around also because the minute I do this, that light goes into shadow. 925 Chiba, not China. It has see, this is what I mean about the bail. The bail is so small that I'm just not sure I think you might need an additional jump ring to get it over. Now, let's look at the front. This is so beautiful. I looked it up. These, the average price online is $75. Let me see if I switch hands, because I seem to be having, this is stunning. If I collected figures and medallions like this wouldn't be going anywhere. It is from Italy. Those are little CZs around the edges. It is vintage. Let's do that. I love the way it's like vermeil. So the inside, the way they carved it, sparkles like crazy along with the CZ stones. And then it's almost like a butterfly, but not butterfly. And it's tiny. But take a screenshot, look this up, 925 Chiba, and you will learn all about this. This is absolutely incredible. And it is Italian made. And like I said, you would have to have, so let me show you the difference. Oh, yeah, hold on. Yes, my Captiva, hold on. So, for instance, see this sterling silver necklace? Let's see, this is a very small one. Let's see if it will fit on there over the jump ring. It might. It's just smaller than what I'm used to dealing with. Does it? It does. I didn't think it would. Oh, so look at that. It does fit on this chain. So all you need is a sterling silver chain with a small jump ring. Or put it on a bracelet. Wow. I'm very surprised by that. Okay. $25. Look it up. It's beautiful. And I have a lot of why can't I think of it? Prayer beads, rosaries. I also have Hindu and Buddhist malas. I have crosses. I have all that stuff, and I wear it all. But I'm not Christian. I'm not Catholic, but I have so much respect for the intent, the purpose. So not only do I have them, but I wear them. I'm trying to close this again. It's super tiny. Thank you, my Captiva. It's really, they're all the ones that are the Chiba 925 are that size. They're tiny. Yeah. Oh, you could. Yes, you can, my Captiva. So hold on. Thank you for looking, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for lurking. Yeah. Wow. Heidi, I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm sorry. I think it's because it's like 97 degrees. Yeah. I have absolute respect for the message across everything, right? There's a simple message. And please, let's all live by the message of compassion, love, and do no harm, for crying out loud. Okay, sold jade set, $15. I mean, unless someone is going to come at me and tell me, that I'm going to Hades because I don't believe in what they believe, I have no problem with what you're doing in your life. Thank you, my Captiva. Let me get that out for you and put put it in your bag. I appreciate it. It's so pretty. I'm so glad that you're getting that. And I'll leave it in the box. I'll just tape it shut better. Going in your bag. Okay. So since I just showed this one, the chain for it, I might as well offer it up. A lot of words. A lot of words. Now, another thing too is I want to make my computer just a little higher, but I'm going to get a plug-in keyboard so I can type ergonomically, but have everything raised up just a little or tilted, like I need one of those kind of standing desk things so you can see things appropriately. Drives me nuts. All right, so we just saw this. This is a sterling silver, very slender box chain. Very slender as in very thin, very dainty, delicate, really nice. Good sterling silver, not Chinese. And then on the bottom is this really nice piece of mother of pearl. I like mother of pearl that either has a lot of different colors going on, or like this one, it has the shadow where it's like almost clear and the rest is that opalescence. And on the bottom is again, there's both silver solder drops and marcasite. So, and also on the bail. The bail, well, the bail actually has what looks like perhaps a CD. A CD. I'm going to check it a little bit further in a moment. A CZ, but I want to check to see if it's perhaps mother of pearl. It doesn't look like that. And then that's solder drops on the bail. Silver, little balls. And then at the bottom, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 4 or 5. I think there's 2 on each side. At the bottom, marcasite, and then the solder drops of silver. Here is the back. I really like the shape on this as well. And it's pretty thick. It's a nice piece. And this is such a big bail that you could put this on a much larger necklace. You could put it on a torque. It would not go on a charm bracelet. That would not work. And it's dainty, but it's really pretty. And the chain is 18 inches. So $26 is more than the chain. The chain would be probably about $1 an inch. So the chain itself would be 18. So at that price, then think how much you're paying for the rest of the sterling silver and the pendant. Pretty good deal. Yep. Okay. Moving on. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. Whoo-wee. My Captiva, is it hot where you are? I don't know what state. Oh, my Captiva, you're in. I put it away. I was like, whatever. uh, so, fair warning. Thank you, my Captiva. I talked about it for a while, as I usually do. I like to really go over every item. Last call, really, I would need 27 or higher. I like to talk very detailed about every part of every item so that I can find any call outs and you really know what you're getting, whether it's large or small. Oh, Florida. Poof, no. Geez, no wonder. That's crazy hot. Like on a regular basis. Although, thank you. It it's hot here. I mean, I'm in Northern California, but I'm in a tiny little inland valley from the ocean. I need a bag. And in the summer, it's hot. I mean, it gets up usually to about 95 2 weeks out of the summer. It's only the beginning of June and it's this hot. So I do believe with this El Nino, we're going to have a long, hot, and very scary fire weather. Very scary fire weather. Thank you. Now, where'd I put it? Thank you. Crazy. Yeah. No, honestly, I mean, 75 is like 77 norm. 80s, okay, no problem. But 90s is usually not that often. But yeah. Wildfire, yeah. Wildfire danger is going to be a huge thing up here this year. I know that it is. I mean, it is every year. Every year. But this year, we didn't have lots and lots of rain, and I think it's going to be a problem. So, we mow, weed whack. We have no wooden deck by the house. I mean, it goes on and on what we have to do all year, and then through the summer, any little pine needle or branches, dragging them away from the house. I mean, it's a thing. It's a lot of work, but you know what? I like living where I live. And so I'm okay with it. Although we do have active at least one bear with 2 cubs and possibly another bear with 3 cubs. And these are like, within 2-3 weeks of being born. And they are breaking into houses. They are breaking into storage sheds. They are breaking into garages. They are ripping apart chicken coops. They ripped apart a package that I had at the top of my driveway because it had a top coat for nail polish and they smelled something. So they just put their claw and ripped it open and pulled the paper and then got bored and left, So, and they don't relocate bears up here. The only thing they'll do is get you to do a bunch of stuff first to try to, live with the bears, which of course I want to live with the bears. And then if you get them involved, they kill the bears. So, I mean, I've lived with them forever, but these cubs were raised with a mom. These cubs that now have cubs were raised with a mom for the last 2 years who taught them to break into houses. So we have a real problem. So this is hematite with these really nice inset. I'm going to call them rhinestones, even though they're super blinging. I can't imagine. I mean, they're almost like little miniature headlight. See that? Where it's kind of like the flower shape. So that's one part. It is a stretch bracelet. And it is, done this before a million times. Hold on. Hematite is a weird stone. So let me check. I know the necklace is hematite, but that might be acrylic. Hold on. Hematite is weird because it can get warm like your skin. It's like an iron stone. Okay. I'm going to call this is acrylic. It is warm. It's got all the pinks. It looks like hematite, but it's instantly warm on my face. So I'm going to call it acrylic, but it matches. Yeah. And hunting bears is also legal here during bear season. You get a permit. I don't want to do any of that, but like my neighbors, so I can't see any of my neighbors, but they're within a mile that way, 2 miles that way, 4 miles, whatever. The neighbor over across a mile away just got rid of all her chickens because the bear keeps ripping open the coop. And this was just 2 days ago, and they lived through it for 2 years. And last summer was really bad at her and her dad's, which is right next to her and across from me again. And so she got rid of her chickens because it's not worth the safety of herself and her kids. So this is hematite. This is definitely hematite. It's very heavy. Very heavy. I love hematite. Hematite is not something, this was very popular in the 70s. I remember it being everywhere, and then it just kind of dropped off the map. And now it's back. And it is on cordage. So that to me usually means it's older. And it's heavy. Graduated sizes of beads. And see the bracelet I threw in because it matched. So I'm okay that it's acrylic. Oh no, leave them alone. Heidi, the bears. Hematite, I guess, is always magnetic. Yeah, well, this piece, this is hematite. So here's a magnet. Yep, it's pulling it for sure. I hate getting this near my computer. This is hematite. The other is acrylic. I can tell. Yeah, I don't want to do anything to the bears, Heidi. None of us do, but I can tell you in the last 10 days, it has broken down fences, broken into garages, broken into deep freeze, broken into empty houses, broken into people's houses while they're there, ripped up gardens, ripped up my package. I ripped down chicken coops. So many things all in the last 10 days. And this is not normal for up here. Not at all. We all live in harmony. Why would you choose to live in the country in an area with mountain lions, bobcats, foxes, and bears unless you were going to live in harmony with them, right? So we do, and we put up fences and we do all that stuff. But these bears, it's kind of like if you look up Yosemite in California. These bears are acclimated to humans, and that makes them dangerous. And I would like to relocate them. So there is a down low up here where people relocate them on their own. And it's called SSS. I'm not going to say what that is, but that's different. People trap them, and we just don't talk about it, because when our life is at danger, what are you going to do? So this is about 16 inches without the extender. Okay. Yeah, it is heavy, but it's got beautiful. It's almost like Tahitian pearls, the colors. Yeah, scared to go out. Well, my Captiva, see, that's what I mean about living with bears. So 33, starting good. I have 200 feet above my house a red telephone pole. Bears love red trees. I don't know why. Redwoods, cedars, all over the country. Red trees. And that's what they use for marking their territory. They rub their backs up against them, and they scratch, and they turn around and they bite a little chunk. Well, they've been doing that on my telephone pole 200 feet above my house for a couple decades. I go up there and pull tufts of bear hair out of it all the time. The straps around the pole are, you can see their claws where they've just crunched it up and almost ripped it off. I have a deal with the bears. You stay outside at night, and I'll stay inside. And during the day, I'll go out, and you stay away from me. And so far, it's worked. Yeah, they're hungry, but they can't break into our house. I'm like, sorry, but I'm drawing a hard line of no. Will I buy electric fencing to put around, like if I was storing garbage out in a shed? Yes, I would. Would I do that with chickens? Yes, I would. Do everything you can do first. You don't just run out willy-nilly and start killing beautiful animals. Absolutely not. I have no desire to do that. Oh, let's do this. So anyways, it's complicated, it's sad, and I don't know what to do about it. I spray a mixture of ammonia and water on the edges of my doors every night. I spray it all over my garbage can. That's the big can that then goes to the dump when it's full. I mean, I don't have chickens. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, so maybe they can do their part. Hi, Melly. Oh, what'd you make for supper, Melly? That's what I want to know. I always want to know what Melly makes for supper. Melly is always like, it's simple, but it's not simple, and it always sounds so good. These are just your, so this is a low end of the type of designer earrings that, to me, okay, let's start this over. So these are very good quality AB earrings from the 50s, prong set. But when I talk about that I have designer, this is not what I consider designer. This is what I consider to be very well made, 3 layers of unscratched, and because they're in the gold, it's got the blues and the pinks. It would match that brooch that I brought around earlier really well. Sorry, my computer constantly changes colors every time I move away from it. Let's see the back, right? That's important. And I see my hair right there. It is riveted construction. So that's a sign of quality right there. Yellow rice and chicken with black beans. Yum. Oh, Millie, that sounds delicious. So this is what it looks riveted, and they're open to the light. Here's the clip backs. And see the layers with the prongs. These are very well made. 1950s. Boom. And you see what I mean? That is great. These are about 1 inch in diameter. And like I said, this would go, where did it go? Where did it go? These would go with this. Same thing, gold and pink. Perfectly, you'd have a set. Now you just need a necklace with AB and gold. Yeah, sparkle, sparkle. A black sheet of paper. If I had a black sheet of paper, you know what I do have? Then I'm going to speed up a little bit. Whoa. There you go. I don't know. Hopefully that helps. See, to me, maybe that helps you all. I now don't see the, well, I see the earrings more clearly. Yeah, that's not a bad suggestion, Heidi. This was my grandma's purse. But this is not for sale. Yes, I agree. Ew. Okay. So, you know those are here if you change your mind. I have been eating a lot of chicken, potatoes. I made a really big salad. I've got a bunch of lettuce in my garden. And I pick off the outside leaves for months. And because it's 97 degrees outside, I'm going to cut a bunch of leaves off today and make another really big salad, and maybe cheese and crackers or just some beans tonight, you know. Because it's so hot and I've been eating a lot of meat, so I want something simple and no ovens involved. Not really. No, thank you. Let's see. I might as well bring this up and just see what people think. Choice BIN for $8. Yeah. No, it's going to be, maybe even like salad and a tuna fish sandwich. It's hot. 97. Yeah, lettuce. And for some reason, I only planted one kind of lettuce, and it's not the best one to micro harvest. So, next time I can get down to the farm supply, I need to look if they have the other kind that I usually plant. But I think nice salad with olives and bell pepper and a sandwich. That's it. I just made up my mind. Okay, so here's the choices. I know. Oh, yours is already bolted? Oh, because it's so hot there. Yeah, 100%. You need like a cold dome yeah. Mine will be fine. Although, see, with 97, that's why and I could eat salad every day as well, Heidi. I love the colors in this one. Love the colors. Gold and cream white. I mean, you could call it an orangey as well. But I see it as, yeah, actually, we're going to call this orange and we're going to call that gold. It is a bracelet. 3 different toggle closure spaces. I have a ton of these and I've been seeing them around lately. I've said that before. I'm saying it again. I like this one a lot. I'm not sure if some of these are vintage and then others that I've had, I know they're not vintage. This one seems a little vintagey to me, hand loomed. This one will fit me on the top right here, on this top toggle, 7.25. So, and then it will go bigger all the way up to probably an 8. So it's not a small size. So that's one choice. This one is more modern. Maybe these were like a big thing in the 90s. This one has so I will tell you, this is a very typical, it's all that Southwestern design with the elongated round beads right here. These almost feel to me like little tiny metal spacers woven in the loom. They might be beads. It's unclear, just the way it feels. Not sure. And it is one of these slide jobbies, right? Where you pull, which way? See, and it slides smaller. Or you pull the other way. Or you pull both ways and now it's really large. So again, this one, probably a 7 to an 8, depending on how much of this you want to show. And the last one, the colors are fabulous. I sold a handmade pin with these colors, a handmade brooch that was like a flower. I wish I knew, like I do know if I went back in my book, who I sold that to, because they should be purchasing this because it matches the handmade brooch. This is beautiful. Cobalt blue. That doesn't help at all. Nope. That doesn't help. Let's see if it, just give it a second. There you go. Cobalt blue with the pinks and the copper colors going throughout it. It has larger blue cobalt beads throughout each band. I would guess that's about a dozen strands. And it only has 2 toggle closures with this. It's really pretty. Here's the end pieces. Your choice. Buy it now, $8. And this one just fits me, just barely. So this is going to be your smallest. This one is probably going to be a 6.75 down to a 6.5. There you go. Barb, hi Barb. Barb, honey, Barb is in. Okay, Barb, it might be you who bought what I'm talking about. Barb, which one or ones do you want, honey? I have a feeling that it was you who bought the one that matches this, the handmade flower brooch. I don't know. And you know how we don't remember that stuff. So which, since you're in first and it's a buy it now, you want the blue You want the slider that's skinnier and more modern, or you want this gorgeous cream and gold and orange? All of them. Fantastic. I think these make great little gifts and easy to wear. Well, Barb, wow. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. Good choice. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I mean, what is new, people? Not much. Thank you, Barb. Barb, how's everything going, honey? Everything all settled in and manageable? Good. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So I am going to I want to put these in a different bag. These two manageable. And it's, yeah, manageable. Well, as manageable as possible, right? I mean, it's as manageable as possible. That's and everything. When we've talked about it. When you get to that point, what does that even mean? It just means that, for me, the last, so hot here, the last year and a half with my dad, my mom was different. Anyway, it was just pivoting to this, to this, to this, to that, to the doctor, to the this, to the, it just whoosh. And he couldn't do it anymore. Like, he only had very mild dementia, but he could not track stuff. So I was his brain, and I was just swivel, pivot, this, that, take this, make a list of that, call this doctor. Yeah. So manageable. You'll be fine. Manageable is, of course I put up the wrong thing. I don't know why I keep clicking and putting you guys' comments up instead of the sold. I apologize. It'll be, Barb, it'll be exactly as it's supposed to be. And I know he's getting excellent care. I know that. Okay. This is fun. This is a buy it now of 13. And I am typing wrong. Yeah, Barb, listen to me. If you want to talk in emails, if you don't have like good friends because they're burnt out, you don't want to bother them, whatever, you can talk to me. I can't, do a lot, but I can listen. And I want to say that you're not just trying, you're doing. And then I'm going to move on with the sale, but you're doing. You are doing. You're not trying, you're doing. And it's not perfect because we are imperfect. We're doing the best we can. And our best is fantastic. Because I was just talking, I don't know if you were here or not, but it's been 3 years since I've needed new glasses. Yeah. I need to go in and finish having my teeth fixed. On and on. And you know what? I had to take care of my dad. So, you're not just trying. This is a stretch bracelet. I think it's beautiful. I love the caps on here. I'm sure these are faux pearls. This is glass. This is heavy. These are heavy. And it is black glass. You can feel it. Let me just make sure. Yeah, and it's cool on my cheek. Sorry, black glass. The faux pearls are also a little cool. They did a really good job with this. I think it's super elegant. Yep, your best is good enough. So that's what this is. And the reason it's 13 is because it's the end caps they didn't skimp. These are really nice, and the black glass is excellent. It's heavy. And this doesn't have any scratches. I look at my faux pearls really well, because if there's a lot of banging and whatever, and if they're old, if they're cheaper, there can be a lot of scratches, a lot of dings. There's always going to be a couple places where there's a tiny ding on these vintage faux pearls. That is the nature of vintage, but there's no like long scratches or huge pitting. Not at all. Okay, so, and size wise, again, I'm going to go with a 6.5. It's too small for me unless I really pushed it over my wrist, and I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Right, Barb? Exactly. Your cat just came in soaking wet. Yep. I thought it was really cool. So, yeah. Barb, that's the one thing I just want to say and close that. Yeah. Barb, don't beat yourself up. Remember that you're doing everything exactly right in the moment, because that's all you got. And do not tell yourself that, whatever, because I know it's my mother went first and my father was devastated and he wanted to do so much more, etc. But you know what? He couldn't. So we did everything, and he did everything that we possibly could. And it was all right, and it was all perfect. And she lived a great life until she was gone. She was, surrounded by family and loved ones, and she had a great life. And I'm sure your husband is having a great life too. You're there. Other people are there. It's good. You're good. I promise. Ooh, let's do this and this. They kind of go together and don't go together. I mean, they're different. Yep, exactly. I mean, the one thing I've never allowed myself to do, and I won't, is go back in my mind and think, well, what could I have done differently for my mother or my father because the reality is I did everything exactly right. And, I'm not going to, I was there for 4.5 years taking care of both of them, and I'm not. So this is it. Designs by Gary. It was a vintage thing. I didn't know about this, so I got this piece. And then, so, I'm not going to spend all this time adding to some guilt trip. Here's the back of the hang tag, and here's the front. They were very well known for their jewelry. They were a huge company, and that says Talbot's. Talbot's, Talbolt. It's a department store. So it was made by Gary or designed by Gary and then sold in this department store. It's a high-end department store like a Capwell's or a Macy's. I think it's just on the East Coast. So this probably came in a set, and it was probably pretty expensive. I love it. I'm thinking, I think they went out of business in 1960s, and I'm thinking 60s to 50s. Let me entertain you. let me entertain you. So it has the extender with the hang tag of Talbot's, which is very interesting that Gary designed for Talbot's, which is high end. And then those are little acrylic like bluebells. I love these, but then I'm a big kitsch person and a big plastic person, and these are acrylic navy blue pieces. I think it's just really, really, really fun. And I think it's new old stock. I'm not sure this was ever worn. Oh, you have a has visited his girlfriend, Heidi. That's hilarious. Heidi, do you have a Talbot's in? I'm not saying the word right. In Belgium. So this is supposed to be loose, and then the little bluebells would hang and fall. And I do. This has got to be new old stock because it still has the hang tag and the Talbot's, and there's just nothing going on. And they went out of business a while ago, like a while ago. And since it fits my wrist, it will fit a 7.25, but it has an extender, so it could go up. To probably a size 8. Or you could do something like that in your hair. Barb is in at 12. I think this is a really, not in Belgium. Oh, thank you, Barb, for being in at 12. So you mean, Heidi, that it would be, I am pronouncing it right. Okay, it sounds wrong. So I've talked about this quite a while as well in talking with Barb because, people who come to my sales on regularly and often, I consider them to be a friend through the magic of the internet and YouTube. And when something's going on, I'm going to take a minute and address it. And, so someone would have needed to come in at 13 or higher, and that was long enough chatting. But I can't ignore when someone is going through something and they just need a couple minutes of our community's time, and I'm not gonna. So that's something about my channel. I consider people who come regularly to be a part of my community, and I'm gonna spend time nurturing, caring, whatever I need to do in the moment, asking for prayers. So if you don't like that, it's not a good place for you to come because I can't help it. Thank you, Barb. Thank you, Heidi. I can't. There's just I don't know. There's not enough love in this world. I think that's a big problem. Social media, so many things have separated us from each other, and I think we lose the point. Billy, is that why you come back? Thank you, Billy. I try to be caring. Hold on, I have to take my medication. Billy, how is New York? It's 97 degrees here in Northern California. And apparently it's boiling hot in Central Florida. So it, oh, you came in late. So I lost my thermal label printers and I don't have any other kind of printer, and I can't eat the shipping. So I put in an order today after tearing apart everywhere 2 days in a row looking for the labels. So they're not going to be shipped out till Monday. My sincere apologies. I wanted them to go out today. Okay. Yes, Becky, kindness. Kindness goes a long way. And somehow living in this social media, I think it's deliberate that we've all been separated, but I'm not going to get into that. I just think it's really easy to stop in a grocery store and look at the person behind you or in front of you who seems really grumpy and just give them a smile. Say hello. Ask the cashier how their day is going. You don't know how much difference that might make in a moment. Seriously. I've had some people, you get thermal labels from UPS for free? Becky, cook eggs on the streets, 106? Billy, it's only June. What is going on? That's outrageous. I used to cook eggs on the street near Sacramento where my dad was a professor at UC Davis. Good Lord. Get the heck out of here. I just can't even. So I think, yeah, I think these are acrylic. They're absolutely stunning. They're not, I don't think they're glass. Yeah, they're not glass. Silver back. Becky, please email me about how to attach the jot form and how the heck I can get free labels. These remind me of peacocks. I know some of you have seen them before, but I have to keep bringing them. And these are acrylic. I have ones that are glass with mother of pearl. These are stunning. They're made where they're wired on, and the beads are put through rods. So, kind of that 50s. It's a very 50s thing. And also you can tell because the AB coating. But let's see if I can show you. I want to see if I can show you the wire. This one is done so, I can't really. This one, it has a double back, but you can see the holes here. So they pre-make these. And then the holes is where the rod connects to a wire and connects to a whole bunch of these and goes through. And then they put on the second back so that you don't see all the wires. Now, sometimes they don't put on the second back or more wire shows. But these ones are done really well. Riveted construction. And I don't see... often with these vintage earrings, you will see the glue where either it's the original glue that's homemade or it's just older glue, and because it's this older whatever kind of glue they used back then, you'll get a yellowing or an orange. This one, I don't see that, probably because it's the riveted. They didn't use glue. Oh no, I can't talk to her right now. That's my daughter. So these are beautiful. These are absolutely beautiful. They are about 1.25 inches in diameter. If I wasn't wearing these super long lucite earrings, they would really pop. Oh, it is. Barb. Yes. Oh, I forgot about that, Barb. Yes, the anesthesia. You have psychosis. So I hope that's done. Yeah, 2 surgeries. Oh my God. Barb. Yeah. Yep. Delirious. Yeah, it brings on the delirium, the hospital induced psychosis, and then the anesthesia, the delirium. Yep. I know. Bless his heart. Bless your heart. It's scary. It is. It's scary. Okay. I am randomly picking and choosing, but you know what? Let's do these funky things. Yeah. Music brings memories back. Create an account on UPS and shop free items. Oh, and jot form you don't know? Oh, okay, Becky. Thank you. Yeah, music. Really, my dad loved the Beatles. He had every single cassette of the Beatles, and before that, albums, LPs. I grew up twisting and shouting starting at like 2 years old. So whenever he left the hospital or a doctor's appointment and I got him in the car, I'd do an extra ride around and just play the Beatles. Oh, Barb, you want those earrings? Wait a minute. Did you put in a bid? Barb. Barb. Did you put in a bid and I'm ignoring you? Barb. You gotta be kidding. Oh, Barb. Bless your heart. Barb. Oh, my Lord. No, you weren't paying attention? Or, oh, okay. What? They're 22. Barb. And we are talking about these beautiful acrylic peacock, correct? Is that right? I'm so sorry. Okay, that's what happens when we sometimes here on my channel when we go off on like, some other topic, and it's just part of my channel. Sorry. Thank you, Barb. I love these. Even though they're plastic, I love plastic. Look at these plastic things I'm wearing. So, in that way, also, they're not necessarily too heavy. So, good for you. Thank you. Thank you. Going in Barb's bag. Barb has a bag. Yeah. Yep. Barb. I understand. The only time that was my time in the 2 years straight that I lived with my dad after his wife, my mother, passed, the only time that was my time was my 2 sales a week and when I went to bed. I would call him and check on medications and blood pressure. I would go upstairs if he needed me. I had Ring cameras, but that was the only time that was mine. The rest of my time, it was all about him. Yep. So I understand. I'm going to call these double. So, I mean, trying to pay attention at other people's live sales, etc. Yeah, not really. I'm calling these double. And the only reason I'm calling them double, they're not really double. But with this much of the closure up here and then the spacer balls and then this, it's more than just a hoop. Maybe I could have called it 1.5. I don't know, but they're beautiful. They are beautiful. Let's see. And they're super easy and they're very light. They're most likely hollow in the middle, gold tone. See, look, you can see them dewy. It's hot, hot, hot. And I don't have AC. And they just attach like that. Easy peasy. I love these. So if I didn't have this on, they're like that long. So I'm going to wager they're almost 2 inches. Let's find out, shall we? Because this top is so big. Yeah, 2 inches. Yep. Coming down to right here. And they're just unusual. I think they're lightweight. I think they're cool as heck. But that's just my opinion. Let me put them back together and move on. Whew. It's not supposed to be, but maybe a couple degrees cooler tomorrow. And my weather forecaster is crap. Why? Because it's not addressing the microclimate that I'm in. It's tagging into temperatures, I don't know, over the hill, over on the coast. I'm not really sure. So it says it's supposed to cool down a couple degrees every day until Wednesday when it's in the 70s. I don't believe it. I think we're going to have about 3 days of screaming hot weather. We'll see it when we see it. Oh, okay. This is a big ticket item, but not too bad. I think it's a small early tourist. I think. Yeah. Oh, and what about, so I watch Ryan Hall, y'all. My mom was an everything nature freak, and I went camping first time when I was 1 year old, and so did my daughter. So every type of nature book, animal tracks, weather patterns, rocks, birds, butterflies, insects, we have guidebooks for that, right? And I've been studying them my whole life. So I love weather, and I watch Ryan Hall. Good Lord. The tornadoes that have been going on and the severe hail and thunderstorms across the country, it's horrible. So the reason why I'm saying that this is a very early tourist piece, as opposed to, of course, tourists bought these, but there was a time when it was harder. You had to travel over there, and not that many people had that much money, and the world wasn't so big, and this takes so much time, and so etc. Is because the glass rods that go in the top are such tiny pieces, right? This is beautiful. It's like this lime green and yellow, and then it builds up though to the larger flowers. And so that is when the tourist trade started coming in. It takes so much time to make these micro mosaic pieces that in order to accommodate the ever growing demand for these, they started making larger instead of the teeny tiny mosaics. And this is a teeny tiny piece. Oh, Barb is in at 25. Good Lord, Heidi. Is that Greek? It's Italian. It's Italian. It's a teeny tiny mandolin, and it's Italian. And these are glass rods that are fired in a kiln. So, oh, good. My computer just decided to cooperate. So, for instance, they might have put these glass rods in that they break and they put all around and fired it. And then they put on the next top layer and fired it again in a kiln. It's kind of like pottery, but it's glass. See the tiny little pieces of glass right there? These are really outstanding. I love these. And you know what? And another reason I think it's early, this goes around and then it kind of drops down. It's not perfect, so it's not machine done yet. See right there? And then see? It's not machine done. There is no missing pieces, and these are so tiny, tiny blue and white pieces of glass. If anyone else, you play the mandolin? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. The Italy stamp is, either it didn't get stamped or it's long gone. That's pretty common with these. It is a fold over, roll over clasp right here. And there's nothing to call out about it, but I want you to be aware that it's a tiny one. It's a tiny one. So, oh yeah, well, you know what? I would say, Heidi, I would think that the Grecian and Roman, it is 1¼ inches long, Barb. I would say that the Grecians and Romans probably started this, and then it traveled to Italy where they became the masters of the craft. So I'm going to say, fair warning, I'm going to do this pretty rapidly. And Roman, yep, there you go. Last call, I wanted to be an archaeologist or an anthropologist. I love digging deep into the old cultures. Mm-hmm. Do you? Did I sell it to you, Barb? I don't know. I mean, you have a tiny guitar mosaic. I love mosaics. And what I was going to say is I still have about 4 of these left, all different kinds. And I don't know when the next time is that I can get my hands on any of them. And I haven't kept one for myself. So, need to walk faster. Billy, you got, oh yeah, the banjo. You just got the banjo. Yep. My whole family is a musical family. I talked about that last time. Thank you, Barb. Um, Billy, how can you walk faster when it's 93 degrees? I'd be walking slower. I'd be walking slower. Thank you, Barb. I don't know. How are you? Billy, at least drink water, Billy. It's 93 there, it's 97 here. You're not, even if I could walk, I would not be outside walking. Maybe I would go sit at the beach. But no and no is what I have to say. No and no. Okay, this is a really cool and interesting little piece. Good. Yeah, drink a lot of water. Hydrate, hydrate. Woo, I'd be on my butt. I'd be like trying to find a fountain to jump into and strip my clothes off, and then I'd be going to jail. Not kidding. Uh, I'm not exactly sure. I'm just going to say buy it now, 15. And then I'll describe it for you. I mean, it's excellent. Yeah, to go walking. I have nothing against that. But the fact of the matter is, with this dumb back problem, I am not getting exercise. I am losing muscle tone. Ooh, excuse me. I am losing muscle tone rapidly. And that's bumming me out. But once I get the procedure I need done, I'm going to find someone around here there's got to be someone in this valley who has a pool who would let me pay them to just, walk back and forth in the pool, paddle with a little inner tube, something, right? Yeah. So y'all, I think this might be a bracelet, but I, I don't know. I think it is. So I'm going to show it to you. Yeah. I mean, because of my fibro, I already struggled to, keep up and remain active, but I did. But now, yeah. So it says Amazing Grace. I think this piece is beautiful. Amazing Grace. It's silver tone. Then in addition, it has this cross. Then this is dyed howlite. Yeah, it's stone. I do not think it's acrylic. I'm pretty sure it's stone, but you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it remains cool on my face for quite a while. See, but the way the matrix was looking so even, it started making me think it was acrylic. But it's $12. So it's cold and it stays cold. So, and then it's like this. It's wrapped. I love the Amazing Grace. And then here is this. So I think, oh, my Captiva, I think it's a bracelet. This is what I came to at the end of the day, that this is a toggle closure. And this would go in right here. And then you have, God bless America. Let me try to do that again. So you do like this. The cross, the hanging cross, where'd it go? It's underneath everything. I know my phone timer is going up, and I'm trying to show y'all something, and I'm failing miserably. see this? So it hangs, and then you've got your Amazing Grace, and then you've got your bracelet. And it just fits me at a 7.25 tightly. So my Captiva, let me turn off my timer. Knowing that it is going to be a tight 7.25, or it would be better on like a size 7 or 6.75. Is that still, you have a little risk? Okay. So then in that case, it might just hang down like down to here if you have like a size 6, as long as it doesn't slide off. And I bet you could tie this in another knot and make it, a couple knots and make it just a little smaller. But it's yours. I think it's great. What a nice saying, right? I know it's just silver tone. It looks kind of handmade to me, but who knows? I have no idea. Thank you. Thank you. So to my Captiva. So did we ever figure out, my Captiva, that you used to come to my sales when I sold jewelry and household vintage stuff when I took care of my dad? Right? We did figure that out like a while ago, because after he passed, I took it almost, I don't know, like 8 months of no selling at all. So, I wasn't around for a while. Thank you. I appreciate you very much. No, not you? Interesting. Well, then it's just from Melly and, probably Doug, Tanya, who, and I think Dandy. Dandy? Did you go to Dandy's sales? Now, thank you. I thank you very much. Did you go to Dandy's sales? I need to reach out to Dandy. I've been thinking about her a lot, and I have not spoken to her in quite a while. Not on purpose, but just because life is busy. But I want to reach out to her and just ask her what the heck is going on and how she is. And I know she's really busy with her older kids. They're getting older, but she hasn't done a sale in so long, other than a couple drop sales. So I feel like maybe she stopped doing sales. So I just want to talk to her and ask. Wow, Dandy is one of the most beautiful souls. You look at her and into her eyes, and it's just like, wow, she's like an angel walking this earth. I don't know. She's amazing. But I don't know that she's selling anymore. So here's what's going to happen, everyone. I don't do recaps. I'm going to show 2 more items, and then I'm going to end. So if anyone has just come in, you want to go back and see what I've shown today and what didn't sell, and drop it in the chat, I will happily sell it to you. Additionally, if you're watching on the replay because you couldn't be here live, that's cool. You can email me at C in the middle, Walker, like walking, but ER, Walker, at att.net, not .com, and claim the item. Okay? And if you do that and I don't know you, then I need all the usual so I can ship to you, pirate ship, and bill you through PayPal. This is the second day of week 1, and I do 2-week build-a boxes to save me time on invoicing and to save you on shipping, because you can put lots of things in one box. Yeah. So tomorrow, I'm giving people a chance if they want to look back. Tomorrow, I'm going to come on probably a little bit shorter, and I'm going to pick items that didn't sell this week and bring them back and do kind of like I think I'll do kind of like a all buy it now, maybe a couple starting bids. It may be at the same price. Some might get dropped a little, but I don't know what that is or how that is or what that looks like. And anything I bought today that was, over $20, $25, like the gorgeous Chapelave, cloisonne, and red tiger's eye necklace for 75, that will not be being reduced. Okay, so alrighty then. Heidi, you're so kind to me. Thank you. You're really kind to me. I appreciate it. And I think, Heidi, yeah, if you lived over here or if we could connect up in the right time zones over Zoom, etc., I'm telling you, I think we would have a lot to talk about. And, we should maybe try that. Oh, Heidi, I can, I'm not always humble. I mean, I can get on a thing. I really try not to because, I mean, who am I that's any better than you, right? Or anyone else. But, I practice. I practice. You could just call it Buddhism. My parents were Buddhists. I'm actually more kind of Hindu, but with a Buddhist upbringing. And then also lots of different churches that I checked out throughout my life. I try really hard to put those things into practice, okay? But I fail a lot. And I definitely have certain PTSD triggers. Uh, and then I come out sounding all kinds of wrong. And I know that. And I catch myself pretty quick and I either let it stand or I go back and I apologize. But that pear might come out, yes. But I do my best. These, I could not find this pear anywhere, but I will tell you that the price I'm offering these Weiss rhinestone earrings at is a little more than just half of what, I mean, these of what Weiss earrings like this are going for. Here is the back. If you know your jewelry, you know who Weiss is. Incredible. Let me see if I can get this in the loop. Be good but not stupid. Yes. Oh yeah, the lioness. Oh, you betcha. If I have to, I can be really good at that, but I don't like it. And I certainly don't like it directed at me. And I don't like like really shoving my opinions on other people. There's just certain things, but then I try to remember that we're all human. Boy, that's really doesn't want to show. And when I took these out, getting my sales ready on Monday, I was shocked that these were Weiss. Because it's really rare to find them. Why does it not want to show? I want to show the front. There you go. Weiss. These are just freaking fabulous. We all do. Yep, we all have our triggers. But so after I was rear-ended in 2013, talk about PTSD. My God. All kinds of things opened up in my brain. And I went through A lot of work around that, and learned to witness and to see what was happening and to not buy in and to not run with it every single time and to let it go. Look at those headlight rhinestones in the top. So there are a floral on the top. Weiss is so collectible. They're known for the qualities of their stone. I could not find, they have these, like, I think that's called a navette. I just get that kind of mixed up. And then they have the single stones in the middle. They are known for their quality. They are prong set. Weiss is, I am looking very closely to make sure I don't see any cracked stones. There's definitely nothing missing. Nope. So this one, 100% everything is there. Take a screenshot of this. Let me see. I wish it focused just a little better. Take a screenshot and try to find this Weiss. I cannot find this. I can find a lot of Weiss clear rhinestones and other things, but none with the floral and this hanging piece. None. I did a huge search. So there's that piece. Pretty, aren't they? Yes, these are high end. I mean, they were high end then, and now they're one of the most collectible names out there. And yeah, your mom, I bet she was very elegant. Yes. Well, and PTSD, I'm okay with sharing that. I'm okay with sharing a lot of things about health, both physical and mental, because it's something that we're not supposed to talk about. And the reality is, the more that we talk about things, the more that it is understood and the more that it can be normalized. And people who don't have PTSD, which tags into fibromyalgia, which fibromyalgia tags into PTSD, with medical traumas, with on and on and on, can understand why someone's acting the way they are. What is a trigger? What the heck is going on? I don't understand this. So I'm looking at this other one to make sure that it's absolutely in perfect condition for vintage and for Weiss. And I don't see anything wrong with it. Probably about 2 inches long. The clip on that one works fantastic. Let's see about this one. Oh, Barb. Can you? Yes, Heidi, you want to see? Barb has put in 45. If anyone else is interested, you would have to come in at 47 or higher. These are so, I know I've got these huge things on right now. Look at that. And they're really lightweight. Yes, and I will show it with the black. Every time I take clip-on earrings off like that, it definitely reminds me of not my mother, but my grandmother. Yep. Where, in movies, the elegant ladies with the vanity tops, where, they just slide them off like that and put them down. Yeah, Barb, that's what I was saying. I was able to get a good deal. These are worth, like $100. I know. I do know. Let's see, Heidi. Does that help? So 47 or higher, these are like $100 earrings, and I cannot find this pair out there. You can't find a lot of Weiss because it's one of, I've been selling costume jewelry that's like the high end names since eBay started. And something like this, when I say rare, I mean it, or I wouldn't say it. And this is one of the most collectible names. Okay, I think I've showed this more than enough. It's gonna sparkle so nicely. I'm gonna count it down for Barb. Yeah, Weiss is. I mean, I just, they're 2.25 inches long. I just went through all my own personal jewelry upstairs and I'm bringing some of it down to sell because it doesn't fit anymore. If I wanted any more collectible pieces, these would be staying in my collection. So, yeah, they're sexy. They are sexy. Yeah, Heidi, good for you. The more that way back in the day, I when no one, it was in the early 2000, like 2001. I had a blog that I twice a week wrote stuff on fibromyalgia on the internet. It's probably still out there. Because it wasn't understood back then at all. And I was so fortunate that I had good research and I found a community and I hooked up, and my doctors immediately knew what I had and treated me for it. I didn't have to go through all that. I was so fortunate, because that was not the case back then. So I wrote a blog with all kinds of tips and tricks and what it was and how to deal with it back then. Because the more, and now everyone knows, but the more things are out there, the more things are out there. Okay, I'm going to show one more item and then I'm going to close, and no one's gone back in time and done a rewind. So, for instance, I would go look at the $75 chapeau and red tiger's eye necklace if I was you. Y'all want me to? You just had the diagnosis last year? Good Lord. Oh, Heidi, I'm sorry. So do y'all want me to end on a small buy it now choice item or a high-end item? I'll let someone choose. What do you want? Buy it now, low price, or something higher priced? Heidi, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's horrible. Good Lord. Yeah, that should not happen in this day and age. That should not be happening. So no one has a vote? I'm just going to pick then. I'm just going to pick. And that leaves me with a bunch of stuff for next week and Friday. I have, which is fine. I always put way too much in this basket. Oh, I brought a lot of earrings. So, I brought a lot of earrings. So I'm gonna bring this. I could bring this or the other. Barb, when's your birthday, Barb? When's your birthday? I'm a 420 girl. When's your birthday? Barb, bless your heart. Thank you. Oh, Really? Well, I'm right on the cusp of Aries and Taurus. So when I was growing up, some books said I was Aries, some books said I was Taurus. I'm a mixture of the two things. And I have so many people in my life that, our birthdays are right after me all through April and right before me in April. And then in May, I think a lot of stuff was going on at the end of the summer. So all of us babies were born in April and May. Gemini. Yep. I get along well with Gemini women. Gemini men, I'm very attracted to, but good Lord. And Scorpio men, but no. No. Okay. So I did this, but where did it go? There you go. I didn't put it in here. Gemini. There you go. Yep. Women. I get along really well with the women. And I get along with the men, Gemini and Scorpio, but man, I got to tell you, they've got they're big egos. There's a lot going on. So this is where it was connected. There's this piece missing, but it's been tied off. It's not going anywhere. This is super long. This is a type of thing my mom not only used to loom, but this is what all the hippie, mostly ladies, but some men, were wearing back when I was growing up. It's super long, and they had, like the big old caftans, right? The big old, like, moo caftans. You're a Virgo? Oh, Billy, my best friend was a Virgo. We had some, we loved hard and fought hard as a teenager. Oh yeah. So look at this. This is a buy it now for 14. So this is super long. It's probably a half an inch thick. And it goes down to this fringe. It is a buy it now. Did I say 14? I'm going to drop this to 12. It's so old that you can see these places right there. Is that so where the thread has come up? Is that an actual? I'm looking at this with you. I looked at it before, but I'm doing it again. So yes, good Lord, I can't get it to be hid. That piece of string is where there's a missing strand down here. Although how you're really going to notice it, I'm not sure. So if anyone wants this, I love this. It goes down to, hold on. It goes down to right above my belly button. So it is like 29 inches long. If anyone wants this, $12, buy it now. I will put a tiniest dot of Gorilla Glue, which won't show. Tiniest, I have like a toothpick, tiniest dot on any of the places where there's a thread that has, looks like it's about to come undone. And I should have done that before I brought it up, but I didn't. It's 60 years old? Oh my God, this thing is like almost as old as me. That's insane. Oh my gosh. I mean, overall, it's not going to keep coming apart, but just to be extra safe when I see, an open string on something like this, or, necklace, the vintage necklaces that are all on cotton cord or silk thread, I put the tiniest bead with a toothpick so it's exact and not overflowing on the piece so that, it doesn't come apart. And if no one wants it today, that's fine. And it swim towards Belgium. Yeah, I think this would be great on you, Heidi. Maybe it can. Send me your address, Heidi. I'll Gorilla Glue it and I'll send it over to you for for free if you want, Heidi. You've never bought anything from anyone. You just come in and support us, and it's the middle of the night there, for crying out loud. So I don't know. I would love to bring this back tomorrow at an even more reduced. I would send it, Heidi. Yes. I'm not going to have time to Gorilla Glue the 4 spots before tomorrow's sale. I sincerely doubt it, which will be at 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific Daylight. But yeah, you love it, Heidi? Okay, well, send me your address and I will fix it and I will mail it out to you when I mail all this other stuff. Barb, are you sure, Barb? Gift alert. Barb is so sweet. Heidi. Oh my gosh. Okay, yes. And then I will pay the whatever in the heck it is on my end. I don't know what it is. No, the postage is going to be Barb. The postage, the tariffs is going to be really high. Barb. Okay, I tell you what, Barb. You're what a beautiful, beautiful person. She's in Belgium. I will look into what it is, and then I will split it with you, Barb. I will split it with you because I'm okay. You do, yeah. You live. I know, Barb. To Heidi. Oh my God! What a beautiful way. And fix it. Oh my gosh. What an incredible, I'm sorry I'm writing this down. What an incredibly beautiful way to end the sale tonight. That just really touched my heart. Thank you, friends. This is why I say if I have a choice of what I can take care of in terms of my ADLs, activities of daily living, this is my first choice. You all are wonderful. You're wonderful to me, and you're wonderful to each other and to other humans in general. Okay. All right. I am also going to go on up to bed in a couple minutes, and I'll be on tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time, with probably, like I said, mostly buy it nows of stuff that didn't sell, and I'll throw in some new things. There's not enough. So I'll throw in some new things. It'll be a pretty rapid sale and short, about an hour and a half. Okay. Oh my gosh. Love you all. My gosh. I want to go travel. I want my back to stop being like this. Oh well. If wishes were fishes, I'd be rich. Good night, everyone.